So this would be week 5, and if you notice this hole in my floor, right behind the driver's seat of my Toyota Land Cruiser, 1978, you'll notice you got a big old hole here, a couple of holes. Well, as you know with anything with older cars, you know, that's not a good sign. But I held out for hope, and I hope for the best. But before I get into that big old mess right there, you'll notice this right here. I got the car lowered to its normal ride height. Obviously, I'm not doing the work myself. I can't. I live in an apartment building, so all this restoration is done by a third party. And they're doing it. So here it is. Unfortunately, the tires are too big, which we knew about that. And we're going to find some other correct, appropriate tires for this. Skinnier ones that fit underneath the Land Cruiser here, which is what I wanted to begin with. But hey, beggars can't be choosers, am I right? So here's your hole again, and voila, there you go. It's bad, but this is to be expected. Now, I should be running off into the hills. Well, in one of my other videos, I had a friend of ours was doing a restoration on a 78 FJ43. They constructed completely the new truck bed because it was rusted all the way through, and they're going to do the same thing for this. They're going to create a whole new floor pan, all that other stuff, all the way from the back to the front. So that's good. So I don't have to deal with it. And, well, you know, it is neither here nor there. That's just bad. Completely bad. But, again, this is 1978, and this is a different country. They don't salt the war roads, thankfully. That's neither... Well, you know, whatever. So, hopefully by the time November rolls around, everything will be done. And no other wacky things will pop up. But, you know, who knows when you're looking at all the stuff underneath the engine here and my Datsun power steering pump looks like. Yeah. Datsun power steering pump. So they say. Hey, it still works. What can I say? But other than that, I mean, we're going to paint this thing sky blue, or down here we call Celestia. One of the things they had to do, they had to cut the steering linkage down because it was too long, because when they jacked it up for whatever reason, you know, everything was off kilter, and so they had to cut the steering linkage, re-weld it, and things like that. Other than that, believe it or not, it's not that bad. Now, they haven't taken the paint off of it yet, so that'll be a different story altogether. Understand what they're going to be doing here is they're taking this thing all the way down the frame, pulling the cab off, and repainting the whole frame. I don't think I'm going to touch the engine. The engine is fine. Looks a little funky, but that is to be expected. The car is, 42 years old? It is what it is. So here we go, looking at all this stuff. Again, the frame is in excellent condition. No rust, no holes. I did have the step sides removed that they were, I don't know if they're aftermarket or someone decided to put it on there, and I had them remove it because I don't need it anymore, obviously. So ride height's the original height now. They're going to patch up the whole floor by cutting it out and throwing it away, and that's really about it for right now. There is a update though. We did buy another Toyota Land Cruiser, a 1982, and you'll see here in a second what it looks like. But let me tell you, looks can be deceiving. Let's put it that way. The person who actually owned the 82 Toyota Land Cruiser actually drove it into restoration, so we know it works. We think.